Welcome to another episode of WAG of the Tale. We're in season 2, and our theme this season is Home Sweet Home, Where Animals Live. And I've been doing a series of shows about the different places that animals live in the world. I kicked off the season with broadcasting live from the Oakland Zoo, and had so we talked about zoos and the issue of zoos. Last week, I did a show about animal homes, the kind of places, just amazing animal homes that they build for themselves in the wild. We looked at a variety of birds' nests and beehives and everyone else. Hello, Diana. Thank you for joining. Today, we are going to look at sort of a new wave of sort of cat-oriented design and dog-oriented design for people's homes. But first, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Randy Lyman. I'm the pet uncle. You can watch me live here every week on Thursdays at noon on Facebook at the Pet Scope. My own Facebook page is at Style Pets Boutique, and I'll have other contact information about where you can reach me later on in the show. So today we're talking about catitecture, that's the word that I heard, catitecture, cat architecture, and some dog-oriented design. Now, a couple weeks ago, I went to the BlogPaws Pet Bloggers Conference in Phoenix, Arizona, and during in the exhibit hall there, they had just a wide variety of pet products, ranging from dog foods, the most amazing human edible, nicely flavored dog food you can imagine, to all kinds of pet products, pet safety products. And one of the features there in the exhibit hall was the Cat Style Lounge, which was just sort of curated by a woman named Kate Benjamin, who I will talk about in a moment. I interviewed Kate, and you can watch that whole interview on the blog post that's associated with today's show at thepetuncle.com. Now, among the things that I saw, as long as we're on this slide, was things like the parasol pet. This is an example of the kind of cat-oriented design that we're seeing all kinds of in recent years. This is available for a mere $149 for your cat. I think now, however, for the moment, it's on sale for $119. And 10 years ago, even less than that, there was not much in the way of like fancy cat products. I mean, there's a lot of functional things, but not that much was taking into consideration the aesthetics of it. There were a small number of companies that were basically designer boutiques who were doing some interesting things for cats. But within the last few years, a lot of larger companies have got into the act, and now there's a lot of actually great products available at pretty affordable prices. You don't have to spend a lot, although you certainly can spend a lot as well. So the person that I met at BlogPaws convention, her name was Kate Benjamin, and she is one of the co-authors of this book, Catification, with the Animal Planet celebrity Jackson Galaxy, who was not there at BlogPaws, but he's a cat behaviorist for the last 20 years or so, and sort of Kate is his design partner. She's the editor of Hauspanther, and it's H-A-U-S Panther. It's an online magazine that aims to be the go-to source for all cool things for cats. Those were her words. She's just introduced her own line of just really neat cat furnishings, and we're going to take a look at those in a little while. And their whole message is catification. Catification, according to Jackson Galaxy's website, is, and I quote here, creating feline-friendly environments that cater to a cat's natural instincts to climb, perch, rest, play, and own their space. Now, a lot of the reason that this has come about is, more and more people have been working at home. This is someone like me, for example. We work at home, we're at home a lot. Maybe we either don't have kids, or the kids are grown. We might be a little bit older, might just be a young 20 or 30 something entrepreneur or other tech-oriented person. But whatever your age, whatever you do, fact is that a lot more people are living alone. In other words, without human partnership and are working at home. So we're spending a lot of time at home, and a lot of people in that sort of who fit that description also have pets. And so you're spending a lot of time at home with your pets, and over the last few years, last 5 or 6 years, designers and others have really realized that. And so this whole idea of catifying your home and just sort of cat-oriented design and dog-oriented design is a bit different, but we're going to look at that as well, has become really quite a big thing. And at the Cat Style Lounge at the BlogPaws convention, I saw some absolutely amazing pieces of both furniture and some high-tech gadgets and everything, and we're going to take a look at a whole bunch of those in the course of today's show. But this whole idea of cat-oriented design is about, and we'll start with that, is about, at your home, you have little cat furnishings, you have scratching posts, you have little cat toys lying around, and what do you do when company comes over? You put all that stuff away. Well, the notion behind catitecture, as it's called, or cat-oriented design, is to have really stylish furniture pieces that are going to look good as furniture pieces in your home, and not the kind of things that you're going to want to put away when company comes over, but that are also going to be designed much more with cats and their natural lifestyles in mind. So, and one of the things that Kate and Jackson Galaxy talk about in their books is the idea of the cat superhighway. We're going to see an example of it right here. Cats like to climb up high and move all the way around on things like shelves, across the top of a bookcase. Cats like to climb. And this is an example. Got this photo from the Hauspanther website. And you can see a great example of this sort of cat superhighway. It's just bookshelves. And I don't know, it's hard to see in the picture, but this little shelf here actually comes out 90 degrees from the wall, just like this desk. So in other words, what you've got is a whole place where the cat can jump up, climb up. It's got different levels to go. It can walk across, it can jump up here, it can sit up here in isolation. And it's basically a whole super highway that lets the cat just sort of climb up high, walk around the room, perch in different places. And meanwhile, you're sitting right here. Here's the work desk with your books and CDs and whatever else you've got. And so this is the cat superhighway. This is an example of cat-oriented interior design. And as you can see, there's nothing really complicated about this that some good DIY person who knows how to just cut beveled edges on a piece of wood can make it themselves. It's just kind of bookshelves, and it would take a little bit of work and some thought, but you can see it's not that complicated in concept or the execution. Another example of this sort of cat superhighway is you can see this is a line of just bar stools just sort of walking, and you can't see in the picture, there's a kitchen counter over here and the bar stools, and then the cats have a series of ladders that just climbs up into a little box, and it's hard to see in the picture, but that opening is in the shape of a cat's face. So as you're sitting in your living room watching TV on your supersized screen, your cat can just climb up, can just sit with you, can sit up in the box and just sort of hang out and watch. So it's a place where, cats are going to feel at home in your home, because after all, don't we think of them as members of the family anyways? Why should they just be on floors and sofas and getting cat fur on everything when we have all this wall space that we can use in our homes, and a place that the cats can just feel much more in their natural environment. Another way that cats can get up there is by ladders. And one of the things that I saw at in the Cat Style Lounge that Kate Benjamin showed to me was there's a company, catladder.com, makes these ladders that cats can just simply climb up. They can just sit on various levels, or they can use this as a way to just climb up to some other stuff. Yeah, cats love to sit on stuff. They love to perch. They love to just sit there and just, look good and just sort of have a view of everything, but be safely out of reach at the same time. It's really, if you watch places that cats like to sit, they want to be safe and secure and out of reach, but also be able to see everything that's going on. And things like these ladders and these cat superhighways are the perfect way for them to do that. This here in the picture is a 4-step ladder. Starts at $130 at catladder.com. They have ladders that go up as high as 8 steps that start at $250. You can see what this would cost, and with some really nice finishings or nice wood finishes, nice different color carpeting that you can have on the steps, different size of steps depending on the size of your cat. So I saw these are at BlogPaws. They're just really cool. Here's another example. Is the Vesper Vesper is the company. It's a high lounge. No price given on the website, but you can see there's a little scratch post. It's nice and soft. There's a little padded area for the cat to snuggle inside here, or just kind of lounge and hang out over the top as well. It's got to be, I'm guessing, a couple $100. Like I said, no price information on the website, but there's another, this company had their stuff at BlogPaws, and you can just see they had a really nice, it's a fine piece of furniture. It's not something your guests will come over. You don't have to put it away. In fact, they'll be curious about it. They'll want to know. And this is Kate Benjamin's own, her new Hauspanther collection. These are pieces that she designed and created themselves. There's a fourth one here, just sort of out of the way. And you can see there's sort of a little double level open-sided box that they can climb in. There's a little shelf piece that they can hang out on different shelves. They can curl in here. There's a little toys for them to bat around on both sides. This is another one that was especially cool. It just mounts on the wall. It has a little cat toy down at the bottom that they can just bat around, and the top of it, not only is it big enough for a cat to sit on, you can open the top and store toys inside of it so that they're out of the way. They're not on the floor. So these are all on sale at hauspanther.com now. They're shipping in August. This is a whole brand new collection of things, and they're all very reasonably priced. This is $49, and all the other pieces that you see here are $69. It was not just furniture that I saw at BlogPaws in the Cat Style Lounge, but also just some of the most amazing high-tech gadgets. You know, time was when you wanted to feed your cat, and of course people still do this. You had to get the can, you get the can opener, you open the can, and you put it in the bowl. Well, no more. Well, still do it. This may look like a trash can. In fact, this is a Wi-Fi enabled pet feeder that holds a lot of food. You can set it on a timer so it will dispense amount of food in here, at the proper times. Keeps it, sealed so insects can't get to it. And it also there's a little Wi-Fi antenna with two-way visual and audio, so you can both see and hear your cats, and they can see you when you're away. $299 at don't think it's it might be petpal.com. All the links, in fact, I have links in the blog post to all of these vendors, and if you're interested and want to see more of what they had, you can go check it out for yourself on my blog at thepetuncle.com. You'll see it's the latest story. And you need one of those for your diet? Okay, well, go ahead. $300, but you'll have to kneel down and eat to use it. One of my favorite things that I saw at the Cat Style Lounge was this. It's called Shrew, S-H-R-U. And it's basically just a giant egg with some feathers coming out. And what it does, it'll sit there, and then it'll just start moving around randomly. It just like, when you want to play with your cat, and you have a little wand toy and you hold it still and move it a little bit, and the cat goes, what is that? Well, this will just sit there and it'll just sit there, and then it'll just start randomly just moving around on its own and let your cat start playing with it. It charges by USB, so it never has to run out of batteries. I want one of these when I come back as a cat. This will just be the most fun. It just sits around the floor, just rolls around on its own. Endless entertainment for your cat. $99 at I think it's getshrew.com. In any case, like I said, the link for it is in the blog post. This is the highest tech litter box that you will ever see in your life, and showing the cat in there now, but this basically is a self-cleaning automatic Wi-Fi enabled, everything enabled cat litter box, where not only does it have a little tray in here that you can pull out, and it's got automatic controls here, but when the cat, of course, is not in it, then there's a layer of cat litter in here, and the whole ball inside just rotates, and all the litter spills out through a mesh and captures the solid waste, and then as it turns around more, it dumps the solid waste into this tray at the bottom, and then the cat litter is back up top. Yes, it looks like a spaceship, when you see it and live, when you see it moving, it feels like a scientific experiment that you would see on a spaceship. This model here, $449. This is the most tricked out model of them all. There's a couple other models that go, they're $349 and $399, which have some fewer features, but still just as nifty. This is the super tricked out litter robot, it's called. And you can, if you're interested, you can take a look at the blog and find that. Well, we saw a lot, and this is only, what I've shown you so far is only a small fraction of what I saw at BlogPaws. I mean, there were all kinds of automated feeders, sort of enrichment feeders that make the cat have to like sort of reach into something and grab its food, all of which sort of plays towards cats' natural instincts to hunt, to forage, to chase things around, and it's just a sort of a way of offering enrichment. A lot of these things are automated, so that even when you're away, you know, there's something that can keep your cat busy and feed it at the right time. Well, what about dogs? Well, designing for dogs is a little bit different because dogs and cats are different. And dogs tend to spend more time, unlike cats, dogs tend to be more outdoor animals than cats are, except for certain cats that we know and love. But dogs tend to be more outdoor oriented, and so dog oriented design puts more emphasis on things like dog houses and yards and gardens. And again, in my blog post, I have actually a lot of links to places where you can see a lot of really fancy dog houses, which we're going to look at in a second. You can also, there's places where you can just download plans for building your own dog houses. And there's also in the post just sort of tips on the sort of dog-friendly yard and garden design and pet-friendly home design, that whether you have dogs, cats, whether you buy any of this or not, you can still make your home a lot more pet-friendly. So all the links in the blog post at thepetuncle.com. Please check it out and enjoy what you find there. Dog-atecture. Yes, it is definitely dog-atecture, and that's what we're going to look at next. And you will see. So cat products, cat-oriented design tends to be much more focused on interior design of our own homes. Dog-atecture tends to really focus on the outdoors. So we're going to take a look at some fascinating dog houses, unlike anything you've ever seen. The DIY Network actually had a little contest where it asked its readers to send pictures of their awesomely cool dog houses. And thank you for posting the link there. So we're going to take a look. This was the winner of their contest. It is a barn-style 2-room duplex with a covered porch and an interior doorway between the 2 rooms, so that if you hold 2 dogs and they can see each other, they can connect. It's got a red roof. It's got gingerbread trim. It's got just really nicely, finely built details. This is a dog house fit for, well, a dog, I guess, but it is really quite a nice piece of work. Another example, in case you're not into country living, you're more of a city dweller, then you can have a 2-story brownstone style house built by a professional artist. This brownstone house, and you can see the 2 dogs here, actually has a working electric street light out on the corner and an interior chandelier. Now, it looks like a 2-story building. In fact, the top half is for storage, and it has a raisable roof that you can keep things in here, and then the dogs live in the back. It's a little hard to tell from this picture, but this whole structure is about 4 feet tall. It's a dog house designed like an old-fashioned New York City brownstone. Yes, complete with lighting. This dog, you can see in the background, likes to swim in its owner's pond, which is right here. So this dog gets a nice little cabin with an outdoor deck looking over the pond, looking over the yard. It's just the perfect little outdoor getaway cabin. This is where I would go, and it's just what a beautiful just setting here. The dog gets to look out over its favorite water that it likes to go swimming in, be indoors, be outdoors, in just a really beautifully rustic cabin. Well, along the lines of cabins, the owner of this dog used the frame of an old hot tub and made a chalet style home complete with a window box. You can see flowers and a second floor window. This in fact is a 2-story house. You can see a little dog in there. Luxury camping to the max. So you can see this is beautiful, sort of mountain chalet style house built out of an old hot tub. How's that? Well, not to be outdone, however, is this Tudor style, that's Tudor style chalet dog house that features not only exterior lighting, but a skylight, a bay window right over here, a mailbox, a birdhouse, a window box, and a non-working chimney that is used to hold dog treats. It's out of picture. It is, and so this is just the outside. Inside, it is decorated with family photos on the wall, a floral bouquet in the window, and even a stuffed look-alike dog for the just for the dog can actually have some companionship. So this is designed not just for the beauty of a sort of a Swiss chalet outdoors, but all the comforts of home inside. And you can see it's nice and spacious and just gives the dog family photos to look at as well. Well, one of my favorites of all these that I've seen built for a Chihuahua, a Adobe Pueblo, and this was designed by the same designer who made the brownstone that we saw, the 2-story brownstone that we saw earlier. This is just a complete Mexican-looking Pueblo with sort of adobe walls and shade here, and there's a little chair and a lawn outside here and everything. And yeah, pretty much just needs a bathroom and a kitchen, but presumably, since the dog's getting fed, doesn't need its own. But what a nice place for a dog. And if you look inside the overhead view, it's got a terracotta tile floor and just real southwestern architectural details like the windows and the arched doorway. Mary, I bet mariachi music. I bet it would be easy enough to outfit this with a little iPhone adapter and some piped in music as well. They don't mention anything about it, but sure, why not? But this is dog-oriented design here, dog-architecture. And the last thing I want to show, it's an outdoor home for both dogs and cats, a split-level condo. You can see the home is a brick home, so they built sort of a brick 2-level cat and dog house here. The bottom section has room for 2 dogs in it, and then the cats get the little upstairs apartment, a little smaller and cozier, and you can see a little kittier there in the window. And because I don't know where this is located, but there's actually a heat lamp around that just keeps the whole structure warm in the winter. So in other words, we have outdoor dog and cat homes that are really just part of the architecture of the home itself, and just all the comforts of home for your cat, for your dog, and for everyone. And it just it's just the whole combination of human design and dog and pet oriented design all in one. And there's just more and more products and designs and things like this coming out every day. This is the new wave of cat-architecture and dog-architecture. The cat can supervise the dog. Sure, the cat will just sit there and supervise everyone. So thank you for watching, everyone. That's it for today's episode.